Hey guys, back with another video. Today we're talking about Tesla and why I'm buying it the most I've bought it since 2019. Now, the first reason is obvious because really this is the cheapest Tesla has ever been in terms of price to earnings ratio. Now, obviously, this is a much larger company than it was in 2019. So I think that's partly why people don't necessarily believe Elon when he says they're going to be growing deliveries 50% plus for the next few years. And even I have some skepticism over this being achieved. And I think even Elon is on the defensive to an extent, not necessarily knowing for sure if this is going to be achieved, which is why he's not doing a buyback and why he is concerned of having a very bad economic downturn. So I think there is reason why some risks should be priced into the stock. However, if we're taking a long-term perspective here, buying Tesla, which I believe right now is around, somewhere between 30 to 40 PE, especially if we're taking into account Q4 earnings, which are gonna bring down the PE significantly. Just the car business alone is making Tesla cheap right now. And that's just forgetting about all of the other wild cards that could be massive if executed for Tesla. Even without the Cybertruck, which should be coming next year, Tesla is going to be growing its deliveries and still looks cheap, not even considering the Cybertruck. But the Cybertruck, which has over 1 million pre-orders, that alone is a massive bullish catalyst for Tesla. And there's other catalysts that people are not pricing in as well. Obviously full self-driving, but we've been promised that for years. But if that is executed and it is delivered, in the next few years, that's a massive catalyst. And even if it's not fully delivered, they're going to be recognizing more of the profit from selling the full self-driving than they have in the past. So it's going to be boosting their earnings numbers. And then we've got the the $30,000 car, which hasn't been revealed yet, but more likely than not, the designs are already finished, most likely, because we've heard in multiple interviews, hints at this. Especially, probably the most significant or obvious hint at this was with the designer of Tesla's cars, Franz van Holzhausen, I think is his name. He recently, in the last few weeks, did an interview with a major news network and basically said that his favorite design is one that hasn't been revealed. So this could either be the $30,000 car or maybe some type of robo-taxi that's separate from the $30,000 car, but I think more likely than not it's the $30,000 car, or a cheaper car. So this, I would say, is definitely not fully priced into the stock, that they have a much cheaper car up their sleeve, that the design is already finished. And as Elon says, mass production is much harder than a prototype. So that is the risk of this $30,000 car and of Cybertruck. But if anybody can mass produce a car, particularly an electric car, efficiently, obviously that's going to be Tesla, better than any other company out there. And being that electric cars are the future, more likely than not, this is bullish for Tesla. And we also have to account for the fact that electric vehicles still only make up around 4% of market share in America for new vehicles. If that, I think it's around 4%. And obviously this is Tesla's market. And the one massive mistake that people make when they're analyzing Tesla is saying that they're losing market share. That is true when you are only taking into account electric vehicle market share. But I think this is a foolish way of looking at it when electric vehicles only make up 4% of new car sales and is rapidly rising. So if we look at all car sales market share, Tesla continues to grow their market share significantly, while other car companies are losing market share significantly. While at the same time, Tesla has the highest margins in the industry. So not only are they growing at the fastest rate, they also have the highest margins in the industry. So I think people are just really not looking at it correctly when they're only looking at electric vehicle market share. Then on top of all that, we have, Elon Musk and the whole Twitter fiasco, which obviously even me as a Tesla shareholder am not happy really with the situation. I'd rather have Elon focusing 100% on Tesla. But I think there's just so many crybabies out there, in my opinion, who are, claiming to be long-term investors, claiming, the whole share buyback thing is absurd, especially when people are just screaming for a share buyback. If the stock is that obviously cheap, then they should just keep buying the stock. I don't get how a share buyback is like an existential thing. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't want to drag on about that, but we've got these people, Gary Black in particular, but other prominent Tesla shareholders who are just yelling and about nothing when the company is having record quarter after record quarter. And now there's speak of potentially removing Elon Musk, or Elon Musk should step down as CEO. How does this make sense when we're having record quarter after record quarter? This guy has, done insane feats of accomplishments, not just with Tesla, but with other companies. And yet now we're doubting him despite the business having record quarter after record quarter. Yes, I'm concerned as well, but it's really just the stock price that everybody is whining about, and obviously the drama that's being created on Twitter. But I think the business needs to be showing weakness before we start talking about Elon Musk stepping down as CEO. How does that make sense for him to step down as CEO if the business is as strong as ever? That makes no sense. So these people need to stop whining and crying, and okay, maybe if the business starts performing badly and missing numbers significantly and losing market share and losing profitability, then we can start talking about that. Or even if that starts looking much more likely as a possibility. But right now, they're having record quarter after record quarter. So that's enough about that. But so then we've got obviously the Tesla bot. Now that I don't really consider, because I feel like it's too far out right now. But again, it's just another wild card where with massive total addressable market potentially, and this is just a future thinking company. And I wouldn't be surprised if in the next few years they come out with another massive, market potential. But as I said earlier, just with their current vehicles, I think they are cheap. That's excluding the Cybertruck. That's excluding the 30,000 vehicle. That's excluding the Tesla bot. That's excluding if Tesla insurance, keeps growing significantly. That's excluding if Tesla Energy keeps growing significantly. Just the car business in its current form makes Tesla look cheap at these prices. So this is why I'm buying Tesla. The most I bought since 2019, since mid 2019 when it bottomed. And I'm gonna keep buying if it stays near these prices. The lowest I think it could go reasonably, unless the market has a significant leg down lower, I could see $130 in the cards, but again, it is speculation. But I'm managing my liquidity in case we do see $130, and that's when I'll really buy even heavier. Of course, we could go lower, but those are my thoughts. And yeah, definitely bullish on Tesla long term. If you liked the video, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. See you guys next video.